Stock car racing is truly an all-American sport. It began with a rebel yell as young men thundered down the hollows of the Blue Ridge Mountains hauling moonshine. White Lightning. The drivers built cars that could outrun the feds. When the Lightning hauling ended, the good old boys went legal. NASCAR became the governing body, and stock car racing was born.
Anything's dangerous. You hear about people getting killed all the time doing it.
In cases where you've got a big fire or a real serious wreck, the driver's life can be in danger, and time factor is real important.
Cars going by, the pit's on the backstretch.
You have to be able to drive your car right up to that point to where it is, very dangerous if something happens, but be able to control the car at that ragged edge, you might say.
Today, the cars are called 200-mile-per-hour billboards. Corporate logos are plastered all over the cars. Costs to race run in the millions, but so does the prize money.
I assume that Harry will probably have the same carburetor.
One man defies the glitz and big bucks. Stock car driver Dave Marcus is the last of a breed of independent drivers in NASCAR Winston Cup racing.
Very good. Goodbye. What next, right?
Dave pays his own bills, runs without major sponsorship, and has been doing it his way for 25 years.
It makes it difficult. I mean, you can't go buy all the new things you'd like to buy. Engines, cylinder heads, intake manifolds, different exhaust headers, but it's a business, and I love it, and you just budget accordingly and then just do the best you can with what you got to work with. That's always kind of been my motto is, if I finish real good, that gives me more money to spend next week on some new things or 2 or 3 races down the road.
There are very few driver-owner teams in NASCAR, and only the king, Richard Petty, and Dave Marcus have been independent their entire careers.
You can make it on a little bit of money, where a lot of people's got to have a lot of money to race with, and he makes it on just a little bit of money. Makes it work. He's good about what he buys what he needs, and he don't waste it.
When you don't have a major sponsor, you just have to either maybe not buy something you need or try and get by with, second best. But I think Dave's done a good job because he's stuck with it, and we've seen a lot of other teams come and go over the years. So this is his 25th year in Winston Cup.
Dave Marcus lives in Avery's Creek, North Carolina. At 52 years old, he competes with men half his age. With over 700 races under his belt, Marcus lets experience win over youth and exuberance.
I grew up in Wausau, Wisconsin. My father owned a garage there and a wrecking yard. And so I was around cars a lot, and my brother and I, when my dad would go away on weekends and stuff, we would hot wire some of them cars and get them running. And we also lived on a farm, so we had a lot of land there, and we would just race around there, and that kind of got me interested in the sport. The injuries that I've had in my racing career in the 35 years In 1964, I had some serious injuries in an accident in Wausau, Wisconsin. And then since I've been in NASCAR, basically, I think in 1981, in Atlanta, Georgia, I flipped the car down the front straightaway. I had some shoulder injuries and stuff in that accident. 4th of July in 1990, I believe it was, had an accident in Daytona Beach, Florida on the last practice session. Another car had lost the rear end plug, and it got the racetrack all greased up, and 4, 5, 6 cars spun out. I came around, got in the oil, spun out, and slid into Darrell. It broke my leg and Darrell's. Both of us were laid up for a while.
Danger is a way of life in stock car racing. At 200 miles per hour, losing control means terror. Hitting a concrete wall at high speed generates a 9G shock to the body. As a consequence, safety is a high priority in NASCAR. Vehicles are equipped with roll cages and a safety harness. Drivers wear specially designed helmets and fireproof suits.
The biggest fear for a driver is the fire, and that's when you have a fire and a wreck and extrication at the same time with 2 or more cars, and it really becomes a problem, and that's the primary concern, I believe, is fire, and that's what everybody should be trained for right now.
This is a Super 150 cutter and spreader. It's a hydraulic rescue tool that we have on the truck. This piece, when you're closing it, as it closes, it catches on the steel, and it'll cut the steel, and this edge, opening it, will spread the steel.
It weighs about 42 pounds, and it's operated by a gasoline engine, and it puts out tremendous force. If I can show you something here, this is basically what we're capable of doing with it. So things on a race car and a normal car out in the street, it's not too much of a problem to do what we have to do.
The threat of death and injury are real. However, over the past 20 years, there have been only 2 driver fatalities in Winston Cup racing.
Those Who Dare will return on the Discovery Channel.
Some things are more important to your peace of mind than you realize, like knowing how to maintain regularity without drugs or medication. But do you know nutrition experts recommend increasing your dietary fiber intake as a drug-free way to promote regularity? And did you know that All Bran, as part of a balanced diet, is a very high source of dietary fiber? Kellogg's All Bran, every day, a drug-free way to promote regularity.
Do you or does someone you love suffer from migraine? Is migraine managing your life? Is it keeping you from life? The Migraine Foundation can help you to begin managing your migraine. You can regain the lost parts of your life. Take action against migraine. Contact the Migraine Foundation. For free information, call 1-800-663-3557.
From the edges of space to the heart of the atom. If it's new, It's at Discovery Canada. Every night, science, nature, and the latest word on the wired world at Discovery Canada.
Those Who Dare now returns on the Discovery Channel.
The danger in stock car racing starts long before the fans pass through the turnstiles. Practice is the time when the risk factor is the highest. Drivers must find the limits. The speeds must be pushed. Impact with the wall can destroy a $50,000 race car in a flash. A gust of wind, a tiny flick of the wrist, the slightest loss of traction could prove disastrous.
Sometimes it gets hard to describe what it feels like at the higher speeds because as race car drivers, you know, we all get used to it. We're used to sitting there at Talladega and running flat foot. You never let off the throttle. You're running around there nose to tail, 190, 192 miles an hour. The feeling on the racetrack, the cars are very comfortable, and then that's what we do when we practice all week. We work on those cars. We'll change shock absorbers and springs. We get them comfortable, so when we're going 190 some miles an hour, it's comfortable.
As they say in NASCAR, when the green flag drops, the talking stops. The start of every race is a war of nerves. Drivers jockey for position, looking for the slightest opening. Dave Marcus, number 71, faces a tough battle. His qualifying time places him in the middle of the pack. Marcus will have to rely on his 35 years of experience to battle the field.
He's just a tough competitor. You know, you always look at Dave as a tough competitor. So, you know, he's got that mark as a tough competitor, and you like racing with him because you know he's going to fight you tough, and you know you got to fight him tough.
He drives the car as hard as he can every single lap, and to get around him, you know, you've got to have a pretty good run on him because you know he'll race you hard whether he's 10 laps down or on the lead lap.
Very aggressive driver, a very self-made man in this business. He's had a lot of help along the way, don't get me wrong, but in this business you get knocked down a lot, have to get back up again, and he does that very well.
Pit stops can make or break a driver's chances at winning a race. Pit crews choreograph their actions to save time. Their movements are precise, their timing critical.
Normally on a pit stop, you change 4 tires, put in 20 gallons of gasoline, and you know, they got to be fast. They normally do these stops in about 21 seconds, 20 and a half seconds. That's 4 tires and 20-some gallons of gas, so I have to depend upon those guys to make a good pit stop.
We've had them problems with that thing before.
Everything happens so quick. Sometimes you ain't got time to get out of the way, and sometimes you can't avoid it. So, you know, so much you got to worry about yourself. You got to worry about everybody else too, and what they're going to do. You got to know who you can race with, and who you can't, and who you can run beside, and who you can't. This wall comes up quick, tires blow, put you in the wall.
I recognize there's certain dangers involved, but you don't think of it as being dangerous in the sense that it's not consciously on your mind. I mean, I think we're all aware that, yeah, you can get hurt, but you know, you have to trust your car and believe in yourself as a driver. And yeah, there's some risks, but it's a dangerous deal. But you're not that conscious of it.
I do not look at it as a dangerous sport. I mean, we have probably the best safety equipment in these race cars: seat belts, shoulder harnesses. All the roll bars that are built around us on the doors and the tops of the cars. The frames are made out of 3x4 square tubing, fire extinguishers, good safety crews at the racetracks.
What we've had since the last time is a change in the way some of the steering wheels are. You remember the old ones where you push the pin, you pull the pin out, you grab the wheel by the spokes in the middle and pull straight back, okay? Now what you have is a little ring, sort of like the old Moroso ring, and it goes on this hex shaft.
I guess you have to say it's dangerous. Many of our fellow competitors have been killed over the years, but with today's standards, we have many safety features.
This is the fireproof suit that we use. My suits are all double layers. We do have a fireproof underwear. I don't wear that all the time because I have double layer suits. So maybe there's a need for it sometimes and maybe there isn't. Yes, it gets hot. You know, inside the race car probably gets 120, 125 degrees.
A vibration forces Marcus to withdraw. A bad break means a little payday.
Our rear end went out of the car, and that's what put us in the garage. Knocked the teeth off of the ring gear, and I think one must have got caught in there and it busted the housing. So our intentions were to fix it, but we can't fix it. We would have to really change the rear end housing. I decided that since there's not been any caution flags, no cars have dropped down, it probably wouldn't really pay to do it, so we're just going to have to park the car.
After 26 years of marriage and having raised 2 children, Dave and Helen work as a team to fulfill their goals.
He has so much determination to keep doing what he's doing, a lot of drive and a very positive attitude. You know, he doesn't get down, and if he does, he bounces right back again. The reason I've stuck by him is I love him, and I want to help him as much as possible. I do the book work, and that's my contribution, I guess, is just answering the phone here and taking care of the books. Marcus Racing.
A lot of the people really say they can't figure out how I do it or how I make ends meet, but I have a small crew. They're very devoted. We do all of our own work at our shop. It would just about be cost prohibitive to just start a team from scratch today with no sponsorship. I mean, I don't know how you could do it. I mean, with the cost of the cars, the cost of the engines, the cost of a race car today, ready to go to the racetrack, you're looking at pretty close to $50,000. That's ready to roll. And then you got the engine expense that you have to add on that. Engines today are costing $25,000 to $30,000 each. So it would be difficult for anyone to start from scratch and get into it today like I have. It's pretty much a whole in-house deal, and we keep costs down that way.
There are 29 major races on the Winston Cup Tour, covering tracks from Daytona, Florida to Sonoma, California. One of the biggest is the Mellow Yellow 500, held at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Dave Marcus gets a big break and a chance for a large payday. He has been asked to drive the Kellogg's car. This means he can also run his own car with his driver, Jim Sauter. It could mean double the money. Marcus has raced an incredible 14,470 miles, but the Mellow Yellow could be the most important 500 miles of his career.
Those Who Dare will return on the Discovery Channel.
Just because you grew up, got a job, got married, and had a family, it doesn't mean you have to get one of those, Introducing Odyssey. With 4 doors and an easy fold-away rear seat, it's not just a minivan. It's a Honda.
The Discovery Channel presents The Body, Inside Stories, exploring areas where science and technology meet the human body. Monday, Mending Broken Hearts, a Canadian initiative to build a safe, reliable, and perhaps permanent artificial heart.
If I had if only 10% chance of being back where I was, I'd take the 10% chance. I would take a mechanical heart.
Mending Broken Hearts, Monday at 10 on the Discovery Channel.
The next step.
Unusual.
I'm holding in my hands right now what might be the next step in home karaoke.
Or karaoke.
Exactly.
Off the wall. Using new technology for fun, adventure, or life-saving surgery is taking the next step. This week, you'll hear about the latest in high-tech hearing aids. The Next Step, Tuesday night at 8 on the Discovery Channel. Flight. Possible only by the rules of nature. And by the lessons learned through trial, error, and sacrifice. Discover the power we take for granted. Discover the power of wings. Celebrate the technology of man in flight Wednesday night on the Discovery Channel.
Those Who Dare now returns on the Discovery Channel.
Somebody talk to me on the radio. Can you see what it is?
It's day one of qualifying at the Mellow Yellow 500. Dave Marcus is worried. A drive shaft comes apart. He loses his chance to qualify.
A problem that could have been a whole lot worse, but fortunately, the drive shaft just came out of the rear end gear, what we call the pinion, and it snapped the yoke off the rear gear and shot it out from under the car, and it constituted a break in the drive line of the car. So from that point on, I mean, he was just coasting around the racetrack.
Things get even worse right before Dave's second attempt at qualifying. A hose comes loose. Water sprays onto the tires, causing the Kellogg's car to slam into the wall. While the pre-race show entertains the spectators, the drivers and crews continue to work. Cars are fine-tuned until the last second as mechanics try to find extra speed. Marcus takes a few minutes to relax before the day of noise and confusion begins.
Better eat some pizza, Helen.
I used to get a little nervous, your stomach get a little nervous and stuff, but that's my job. I mean, you know, I've done it so many times. I have over 700 NASCAR starts, and plus all the short tracks that I ran for the 10 or 11 years, you know, before I came into NASCAR, and don't seem to really have that problem much anymore. I don't get that nervous before a race.
Tour, fishing tour. Okay, let them get that.
Dave Marcus has a lot at stake at this Mellow Yellow 500. His personal car, number 71, with driver Jim Sauter, must do well. If Marcus runs strong with the Kellogg's car, his career and earnings could take a huge leap forward.
All right.
High hopes are tempered with reality. The odds are stacked against an independent racer. Jim Sauter will run from the back row. Because of a broken drive shaft, engine change, and driving a replacement car, Dave Marcus will not have it easy operating the Kellogg's vehicle. He must also start in the back row, next to his own car.
Looks like you're going to run them down there. You're looking good.
Jim Sauter is doing well. He has moved up a few spots and looks strong. Dave Marcus and the Kellogg's car suffer problems in lap 58.
Fluctuation gets below 30 pounds, you better pull talk to me on the radio. Can you see what it is?
Racing is a cruel sport. Dave Marcus's chance for a big payday is out. The race goes on. One of the big teams will win.
Come in for the pit stop, and the NASCAR inspector knows that we were losing a lot of oil on the ground, so he said you can't go back out on the racetrack till you fix it.
I guess I'm a person that does not believe in giving up, or I probably wouldn't have made it this long, so I kind of stay pretty motivated, and you always have the possibility of winning a race, getting a good finish, running all the events all year long, and getting up in the point standings where you can get a pretty good size check at the end of the season, and I've always worked on and been around automobiles all my life, so that gets you motivated. I mean, it keeps you going.